you something. Don't be scared. It's midnight, baby, just us two, no bright lights, nothing to prove. Your handshake, mine do too, but it feels right being close to you. Come closer, don't look away. We both know why you came to stay. Your heart beats loud, I hear it too. This moment's a little taboo. Don't rush it, move slow, feel the heat start to grow. If you want me, let it show. Tell me soft, tell me low. Taboo, taboo. Midnight with you.
Hello, and welcome everyone back to another episode of Charm Chats and Happily Ever After Sprints. We're going to have a chance to talk to authors all month long about writing romantasy or fantasy romance, play some games, and spend some time writing. And I'm Shannon, writing under the pen name of SE Huston, and you're here on my YouTube channel where I run weekly writing sprints. And we will have a whole rotating line of romantasy authors, and I'm so glad for everyone that can come here for today's conversation. Besides what I do here on YouTube, I am also an epic romantasy author, and I love writing about broken characters with brutal choices and a love that refuses to let go in worlds of dangerous magic, sharp edges, and the occasional dragon. And so we are here today with the author. I'm joined by Katie, who writes under the pen names K Cross and Katie Cross, and I'm happy to welcome her to the show. Katie's all about writing epic romance and wild places. If she's not deadlifting or hiking through Montana, you can probably find her curled up with her 2 kids, her 3 dogs, watching a funny video. Welcome to my channel, Katie. Please introduce anything else that you might want to say about yourself or touch on anything I missed.
Oh, well, thanks for having me. I'm so excited. This is going to be so fun. I have never done an interview and a writing sprint, so I am stoked to be here. But yeah, you covered the important stuff.
Yay. And we were just talking about Montana. I forgot that was in your bio too. And having some great weather over there. Keiko was the first one here. Survived work. Well, awesome that you made it.
Congratulations.
Yep. All righty. Let me see if I can take this. So we are going to talk about some of the author's works with some questions. And I did start reading this. I'm a really fast reader, but for some reason, things are going so slow this month for me. I think with my husband's grandmother passing away and whatnot, it's just really kind of slowed me down. And but I am definitely curious about the book. So I'm hoping that some of these questions make sense. So some of them I just kind of looked at the reviews and took it from there. But I love this idea. Okay, so we'll just get to the questions because there's so many ideas I really love that we've come across already. But okay, so I know that you have been writing fantasy for years under Katie Cross, and now you're writing romantasy under the pen name K Cross. What drew you to explore romantasy with The Smoke and the Sea, and why did this story feel like the right place to blend romance more centrally into your work?
There's a couple motivations. So I wanted to branch out of the Leviathan that my fantasy world is. So I've written over, I think I'm at like 90 titles or something in various series, and most of them occur in the fantasy world of Alcara. It's a medieval sort of like medieval Harry Potter-esque kind of world. And I want to do something new, bigger, different. And I love romantasy. I love romance. A lot of my books have romantic plots. So I was like, let's just call it out for what it is and write a hard romantasy. And I was talking to a rep with Audible, and they didn't have a clean romantasy exclusive title in their repertoire. And so I was like, hey, I've got this cool idea. And we came up with this awesome idea, awesome strategy. So I sold the audio rights to Audible. I said, I'm going to narrate. I'm going to bring my people from my website over to you guys, and I think we should do this together. And so it kind of came together because I wanted to expand. Audible was really interested in an exclusive clean romantasy title. And it all just kind of like rolled together as this really cool package as it came out.
Yeah. I was going to say, so you said it's a clean romance. That's kind of what I was getting from, because I hadn't got that far. There's very little tension right now where I'm at in the book. This is when they've just made the deal that she's going to go look for his mother in the archives. And there's a little bit there. They seem to be fighting it to be at this point. So I really love that.
It's a clean romantasy. So there's not going to be like hot and heavy right away. It's a fake relationship kind of situation up front where they're total strangers. They come together. They each kind of have this thing they have to do. And they should be enemies based on the different islands that they're from. Right. So that the like bold, like romantic tension starts to really build as the book goes on, and you see it hit pretty hard after this point. Well, like it starts to build after this point.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of pieces that have already been put into place, like with the captain that was killed or missing, her brother, and then of course that you learned in Henrique's point of view that there was someone taken captive with an M name. I'm like, oh, that has to be her brother.
Yeah, you got it. You got it.
Yeah. So I was like, okay, this is all going to connect soon.
Yes.
So, yeah. We've got a few more people in. Caitlin Young as her author name. Stopped in. Hello. This is someone that's new to me.
That's mine. She's mine. Hello, Jane.
Hello and welcome. And Gwen, hello. If you guys have any questions for the author, feel free to ask at any time. Drop a Q in front of it. It'll help me find it sooner. We don't have a lot of chat right now, but if we end up getting a lot, it makes it much easier to find it. So, cool. All right. One of the most striking elements of this book is the dragules. I love dragons. This is, because I have dragons in my series, you know it. So, yeah. But these here, the main ones, is tiny butterfly-sized dragons rather than massive creatures. Although you also have like the drakes that are the messenger drakes that are a little bit bigger.
There's basically three kinds of dragon-like creatures. So there's the little dragules, which are butterfly-sized dragons. Then the drakes or messenger drakes. They're about the size of an arm. And then there's the wyverns. So you don't meet the wyverns yet in book 1, but the wyverns will come in a big way in the next books.
Okay, cool. I love it. I did it was part of my Kickstarter. I did like a whole post on what makes a dragon because across time, people have thought, okay, well, wyvern, I think the wyvern is supposed to have 2 wings, 2 legs, but and no arms. Right. But then some people are like, well, no, that's just a dragon. It's not a wyvern,
Dragons, but then it's like dragons have 4 legs and wings, where wyverns have 2 legs and wings. Yeah, it's this whole thing.
Yeah. I had fun writing that post for my Kickstarter. Yeah. I was like, what makes a dragon? And then I went into it, like how I decided to make mine. And so far I just have dragons in mind, but I do have a drake and a novelette that's coming out later this year. So
cool. I love that. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So, what inspired you to work with dragons at this scale, the tiny little butterfly ones, and how did that how did that choice shape the story?
Oh man. I think actually the whole story began with the butterfly-sized dragons. I can't remember if it was just an idea that came to me one day or if I don't know. I could have been like butterfly hunting with my daughter, Jane. I could have been butterfly hunting with my daughter and thought about it. But I do remember that the small, tiny dragons were the forefront of the idea. Because I remember thinking, what if dragons were so small you could put them in your pocket? So I always say butterfly-sized dragons, but I also call them pocket dragons because they're like literally right in pockets because they're so small. And then like what implications that meant. And I had a bunch of other ideas like a pirate-based romantasy, like something on the sea instead of the land, that I just kind of pulled together with the new lore and mythology. But I mean, if there's no dragons, what are we doing here?
Right. Yeah.
So there has to be dragon. And I wanted something different and new. I'm always searching for fresh because Jane can attain here that like I'm kicking out stories all the time. And so, but I want everyone to love it and be excited and have escapism that's new and it's not rote and it feels fresh. And so like butterfly-sized dragons were so fresh for my audience. I was excited about that.
Yeah. Love of Dragons. I've been wanting to do like my own anthology. I've now worked on 2 anthologies, so I feel comfortable like moving forward with my own. And I've got the title for the anthology, and it'll be like, I think I'm just gonna do like volume 1, volume 2, but it's gonna be called Romancing the Dragon.
Oh, that sounds amazing. My readers would love that one. That one sounds amazing.
Yeah. So I'm gonna skip the next question and come back to it because you mentioned with the pirates on the sea and the soldiers. So you have the soldats in Stenberg are I wanted to, and this kind of goes into the question I'm skipping, which is the intentional naming. Naming things in my world is very intentional for me. And I feel like it was for you as well, especially with Britt having a last name of Helsing. Mm-hmm. And then there is like a connection. I meant to look it up, but there's a connection between Dracula, was Dragul, and the Helsing family, which was really interesting. But here they're called soldats, or at least Henrique is a soldat, which is like a higher caliber of a soldier. And it reminds me of kind of like this, like Spartacus, like when you think it's like Spartacus, like Spartans, right? But that soldat is an actual word that means soldier, like in Germany, but it's the lowest ranking soldier. So I was like, and it's on land, it's land based, and here we're on the sea.
Oh, that is funny. I don't know that I knew that. So for my naming for this series, I decided to like go at least for a specific part of this world. I was just going to use all Swedish derived names. So I go to like a Swedish name generator. So it's Henrik, Einar, there's like a Gunnar, there's Britt, there's like a bunch of more like Swedish names. And then I think because of that, I would just find the Swedish name for something. So later in the series, there's something called Rosenvatten, which is really important to the series. It literally just is rose water. And that's what it is. Like, it's just rose water in the series, but I just use like a Swedish derivative to name it for in-world language. And I thought soldat was the same. I might have like pulled it from something else originally. But yeah, so Henrik is actually more of like a Spartan, because the Spartans were one of those other ideas that I pulled in.
Yeah.
I was like, what if I made a Spartan race in this world as like a new thing? Because you might understand this too, but as authors, we draw like a specific kind of audience to us, and they have this like specific kind of book that they love if they stay. So when I do something new, I was very aware that I need to do something that is similar but different. And so I wanted to keep really high themes the same. So I knew my readers would like the basis of the world. And one of the themes that my readers really, really likes is like this higher level sort of like soldat or protector, like a male presence in the story that is like very highly trained and protective and stuff, which is why I brought the soldats, like this Spartan like island basically.
Yeah.
With soldiers into it. And then I had dragons, right? And so there's like a whole bunch of things that I intentionally kept the same as some of my books in Olkara. But anyway, around naming, it really was more just like I'm going to have some Swedish derivatives, even though the world is nothing like Sweden.
Yeah. Well, no, I do the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I write in a secondary world, but I do tend to like to mix names. So I take like a like derivatives from like Latin, like languages that are not around anymore or not used. And then mix it with older languages that are still in use. So like Greek and, things like that. So, but I'm really into the naming thing. So, and then that was number 3 is that, I'm very intentional about naming. So I was fascinated by her last name of being Helsing. That's Britt. That's the main female character, and her connection to the Dragul. So can you talk a little bit how I already talked about this? Okay. It does that. So did you purposely did that with Helsing too? Did you?
I would love to say yes, but no, it was like a total. I mean, maybe there was some part of me that's like, oh, that's it. And I don't know.
You probably heard this story. I meant to look it up too, because Dracula was called Dragul somewhere in something. It was called Dragul, but I don't remember what it was.
Huh, that's crazy. Yeah, no, I think I pulled up a list of names, like Swedish surnames. I remember searching for that, and Helsing was one of them, if I remember right. And I just remember thinking like that one fits really good. And it just happens to kind of carry over into the overall theme of it all. I wish I was that intentional. Like I'm so impressed by people who are.
Okay, so Dracula means son of Dracul, which is son of a dragon or devil. And then you have her as Britt Helsing.
Yeah, yes. And she's a keeper, right? Which is someone who takes care of the Draguls.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's interesting. That's really interesting.
Yeah. All right. So let me see how you developed it. Well, we talked about Sparta, because that's what I was thinking of when it came to developing the soldats. And I would say what drew you to fulfilling the expectations around rank and authority, but you're like, oh no, you didn't even know that that's what it was, with the soldats being the lowest ranking. It's in several countries in Germany. Yeah.
Cool. That's great. Yeah, I had no idea that was like the soldat like connotation, the lowest, and he's actually the highest. But I kind of love the dichotomy. Yeah. That's really fun.
Well, and then it's very specific too. It's land-based soldiers, which so
like, oh, you're on the sea.
Yep. So you flipped it all around. Yeah. All right. So Britain and Henrik start out as reluctant allies pretending to be lovers, which is not the part I've gotten to yet. This I got from I don't know if I got that from your blurb or from the reviews, but it sounds like such a fun setup. How did you approach developing the relationship alongside the political? There's lots of political and military tension throughout the story. So how did you develop that?
Yeah. I always tell people, and this has always been true for every book I write, as I write the books, they all just develop like onions, right? So I start out with basic premises, like, okay, well, I know I have a question of like, what happens when the Spartans devolve? Like what happens if I had a Spartan-like soldier that didn't want to be a Spartan anymore? Right. And then like, what is a world like that has draguls like dragons the size of butterflies? And if I want it all in the sea, what does that look like? Because so much of that like sets the tone for the story. So I start out with the big questions, and then I winnow down. And with the political structure and all that stuff, I just try to set things at odds with each other to create conflict and tension so that it can get bigger and
Yeah.
the characters can be challenged and the story can be exciting. So it really just comes through. I like plot it all out high level. And then as I start to write it, I can kind of form more of the details. I can pull things together as I go into the drafting editing process and like make it kind of fit into whatever braid it ends up in.
Are you good at staying with your outline when you have it written?
It just depends on how much I'm like married to the ending. So what I have found over time after so many manuscripts is that usually my outline through the midpoint stays really solid, and I just do high level outline because I'm naturally a pantser, but it's super inefficient to be to like fly by the seat of your pants with your plot and just like go with what feels fun. And it's way more efficient to know where you're going with the story. So I make myself plot, which I love doing it now. I hated it for a while. And then I discovery write all of the scenes. And so that naturally changes it. So I keep the plot really high level. But then I usually at the midpoint have to go back and say, okay, let's replot the ending based on all the new developments and details that have happened. And let's really like move it like forward a little better. And then I replot and then I write it out. And usually at the end of that first draft, I have a whole bunch of notes and I'm like, okay, on the next draft, we're going to dive deep here. We're going to go deep here. We're going to really flesh it out. So it just kind of works through eventually. But am I totally true to it? I'd say like 70%.
I'm always amazed by people who plot and then they stick to what they've written. Because I tried plotting for many years and I just would never stick with it. And then I get upset with myself because I spent time plotting when I could have been writing. So
yeah, I know. It's like, yeah, I think that's why I keep it so high level. Like there's not a lot, like the big decisions are like, okay, this is the midpoint shift. Here's the second pinch point. Like, this is what my antagonist is going to be doing. Here's the big bad at the end. This is the confrontation that allows me so much breathing room without wasting the time.
Yeah, I always have it in my head. Like, I know my beginnings, my endings, and I know like the climax, what that's going to be.
Nice.
And then I know like how my characters need to change, but I don't know what those things during the story are going to be that's going to make them change.
Okay.
Yeah.
How do you come up with the climax first? Because sometimes I don't know how it's going to end. Like I'm like, I don't know. We'll find out. I just know where it's going. Like, do you always have it in your head?
Yeah, I even have okay, so like I'm writing a secondary world. I started knowing I was going to write this series. I knew what the end of the series was going to be. I knew what the end of each book is going to be. And I even know the final series I will write in this world. So I know where it's all heading to.
Yeah. That's amazing. And you've pretty much stuck with those endings and that like.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I've had big pictures in my head before, but then I'm like, well, we went a totally different way. Like that's not where it went. So that's cool.
That's the middle for me. That's the anywhere between the beginning and the climax. It's like, I think this is what I'm going to do, and then it will go somewhere else. I'm like, well, okay, well, let's work with it.
Here we are.
Yeah. Atashale, hello and welcome. All right. So this is the first book in the Isles series, and it looks like the books have been releasing at a pretty fast pace. I think this came out end of last year, and then the second book came out in January, or am I missing a book in there?
Oh, you're fine. So this came out in May, second book in September, third book in January. So we're doing a every 4-month launch.
I mean, it's 5 books if I remember right?
Yeah, I just got approval for a 6th. So Jane and I just did my monthly coffee with Katie call, and she reminded me that it started as 3 and it was just gonna be a trilogy, but then it became 5. And now it's 6. So
I was gonna say, if you got 5, you might as well do 6.
Yeah, well, and like it's and when I say I got approval, like I spoke to my rep at Audible and I was like, I really like this is 6, it's gonna close it out. We don't have to do 6, and she's like, do it, like close it out the way it needs to be closed out. It was really cool. So yeah, we'll end up doing a 6th one eventually. But what I'm actually doing for this is I'm having a bunch of readers ahead of time. Jane has she has book 4, and I'll give them book 5 shortly. And then I want their feedback as I tell them my plan for 6, because I have to make a whole bunch of decisions that I'm like, I got to see if my readers hate this, because there's some big decisions. so we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, I love that. So that's almost like I start calling them my Omega readers, because I use alpha and beta readers. But I had some who are like, well, when's the next book gonna come out? I'm like, well, it takes me like a year to write these. I write big books, so it takes me a while to write through them. And like, well, can I just read what you're writing? And so I've gotten lots of feedback from them on the other drafts.
It's amazing. It's so cool to do it that way. I'm lucky to have them.
Yay for Katie Cross.
Oh, thank you.
All right. I think that's, yeah. Well, actually, I did want to ask, this was part of the question. When you started writing these, I know I'm more curious about your drafting and releasing as you go. Like I said, I take like a year to write a big book. How long does it take you to write your books?
So I, for 2 years, did a new book the first Friday of every month. So I launched in paperback, ebook, and audio the first Friday of every month for 2 years. And the books were
This is a
anywhere
fantasy.
yeah, in the world of Alcara. So the books were anywhere from 80 to 100,000 words. I have to like give so much more time to my family, and I have to like renovate my house right now. So I'm not writing that fast anymore. So I could, for 2 years, I did a book a month, but now it generally takes me maybe like 4 months to finalize a book. So I'll start a book, finalize it. If it's a little bit longer, like book 5 in this series is 135,000 words. That one took me probably 5 total months, like through editing and everything, to just get through that word count and stuff. So it's pretty variable.
Okay. I was just curious about that. And I figured you probably have like a certain, now that because you said 90 books, you're going to have like some system in place. So I was just curious how you did that.
Yeah. And some of those are just like, oh, I'm sorry about my dogs.
It's
Hey,
all right.
my neighbor's driving by. Some of those titles are short stories. Some of them are novellas. Over half of them are novels for sure. But yes, there is like a standard. This is how I write. This is the time and stuff.
Nice. All right. All right. So do you have a favorite romantasy author or a story that really shaped how you think about blending fantasy and romance?
Oh, if I did, it's probably not who anyone else is thinking about, but it's Robin McKinley.
Okay.
I'm reading Pegasus by her right now. She wrote Beauty, which was the basis for Beauty and the Beast. There's a couple others of hers that I just love. I love her romance. I love the way she does fantasy. I love her fresh ideas. She has been around for a while. And I've read like all the big names. I've done Fourth Wing. I've done ACOTAR. I found a couple on TikTok that I just really like. But I think right now, maybe because I'm reading Pegasus, Robin McKinley really speaks out to me. But I think all of them I love, right? Like I try to draw from all of what is working well in romantasy and like read it and be like, oh, I loved this better. I bet readers loved this, and find out what are people getting from this? Like, what do they desire from these books that we can wish fulfill for them in mine? So I think I love them all, really.
Yeah. No, I love that. It's always hard to say I have a favorite author because it's like, well, whoever I'm reading right now.
Exactly. Yeah, it's like favorite star in the heavens, right? Like there's so many beautiful ones. They're all beautiful.
Yeah. All right. So then the last question, what is your favorite fantasy or romance trope and why?
Oh, definitely enemies to lovers. I feel like almost everyone says this.
People like it. Yeah.
Love enemies. Like a really good enemies to lovers just like makes my day. The transformation of it, I think, is that, or Grumpy Sunshine. Like I love it when he's really grumpy. It's, like I like that dynamic too. But I think I like that dynamic because that's me and my husband. So, he's like so introverted and quiet, and I'm like so like social and not quiet. And so I think I love seeing that play out on the page.
Yeah. And you can really make a Grumpy Sunshine a good enemies to lovers as well.
Oh gosh, yeah. And it almost is. It's almost the same thing. You have opposites interacting, basically.
Yeah. Additionally says, I'm impressed by the writing speed. I'm like, how do you do this?
That is, it's honestly, it was a mindset shift for me, right? Because I told myself my books would be terrible if I wrote that much. But the truth is I got better. Like I got better as a writer. And the mindset shift was, this is my job. Like I used to be a nurse, and I remember thinking I used to work sometimes 18 hours a day, and I didn't get worse as a nurse. I improved, my skills improved, right? And so I remember thinking like I don't think that has to be true for writing. And I started treating it like a job. Like I would sometimes write for 6 hours a day. I would write for like an hour, go for a hike, write for 2 hours, clean my house. Like it wasn't 6 hours flat. But I just knew that like if I'm going to do the work of an author, it's going to be writing, and I loved being in the books. So once I made that mindset shift, it was a lot easier because I was like, this is the work that I do. I'm going to do this for my job. And that just made it possible. And also standard operating procedures. I have standard operating procedures that like cut down all the guesswork, all the thinking. And we just had a list. Like every time I had a launch, we just pulled out a launch list, went down it, and just made everything really easy and standard. And it just took out all of the wasted time, basically.
That makes sense. I started doing that this year because I did write like a whole lot last year, and I'm publishing like one book a year at my rate, and I got to do faster in this, and I went to try out short stories, and just practice that skill. So I wrote a whole lot last year. So I have 10 publications this year.
Nice.
When I've had one a year for like the last few
Awesome.
years. Yeah. So like I have a very strict publishing Thor. Nobody's out there to feed you.
Is it your cat, Thor?
Yes. I have Thor and Loki. There's brothers.
Yeah,
And,
that's hilarious.
so yeah, so I was like, okay, I have to stick. So I have every day I have to hit so many hours in order to hit, and I've been tracking my writing for over 3 years now. So I was able to look at that and see how long it usually took me for revision, for editing, for, reading stuff. And so I figured that before the year started, I went backward thinking, okay, I need this much time to revise this big of a draft. And, okay, this is how many hours I need a week. This is how many hours I need a day. And so, yeah, I'm trying to stick to it as much as I can.
Yeah, it helps if you can systemize the process of writing and kind of know like, okay, I can write 10,000 words a day and not burn out. And so if I do 50,000 word first drafts and I want a 70,000 word manuscript, I can do that in 5 days. So you just kind of like math it. I call it like the math of writing. So good for you. I think that's like the answer, really.
It's like gamifying it. That's what I always call it. It's like gamifying it.
Yeah.
And that makes it fun. So Deshley says, I jumped a bit late, so you may have said this, but the specifics of increasing that drafting speed is what I'm also curious about, as though I'm put in hours, but speed is not as fast as many.
I don't think I ever like intentionally was like, I want to write faster. I think it was just a matter of I want to know what I write. So I set myself up to succeed within my current capability. And I think that it just came faster after that. And I also think it depends on how you draft and edit. So for example, I'll have, let's say 100,000 word book. I'll probably have a 15,000 word outline. That's really high level, 3-act structure, big decisions made. And then I go into my first draft with an expectation of it's going to be messy, it's going to be bones, and I will do 10,000 words a day. It's actually easier to write books when you are so sunk into big chunks, like 10,000 words a day, because it's so fresh in your mind that I write better than if I'm doing like 1,000 words a day, which I've done recently. I'm like, okay, I'll do 1,000 words today just to get words down. And then the second draft is where I really put time. I'm not allowed to edit a first draft. Second draft, I put a lot of time. I bring it out. I'm like answering all the questions. I'm filling it. I'm putting muscle on. Third draft, I'm making it pretty. I'm getting the timeline down. I'm doing all that. And then I send it to edits. I get it back. I clean it up. And then with one more edit, and then I narrate, send it to a proofer. Anyway, so it's like, I think I also tailored my process to what I did. Not like a goal of, I want to do this. This is what I do now. And once I sank into that process, then I think the process itself sped up because I just got so used to being in the section I was in. I am drafting right now, and it just moved faster. My brain got more used to it. So maybe I wouldn't hold other people's expectations to you. I would just work with what you have and then see if that like pushes you out more,
Do you type or do you dictate?
I've tried dictating. I haven't wanted to take the time to develop the skill that it requires. So I write, I pretty much write in 3.5 hours. I can do 10,000 words, sometimes 4.
Yeah, that's really fast.
It is fast, but I didn't start like that. And I didn't try to get there. It's just where it is. Right. And that's if I can sit down okay, I have 3 hours. I'm going to sit down and like haul this out. And I'm like in it. Some days it might be a little bit more. Some days, it's kind of around there, but I do dictate story ideas while I'm hiking. So when I'm hiking, I'll talk into Telegram. I'll just do like voice messages to myself or into a recording software. And then when I get home, I listen to those messages and I type the plot out. Because I'm a verbal processor. So I understand things by speaking them, and knowing that hacked my process and saved me hours and hours of plotting where I'm just like at the computer. I was like, no, when my body moves and my voice is talking, I process the story better. So that helps you. Like you just learn how to hack yourself and just keep improving at every step.
I like that you say hack yourself. We were talking about before we came on military was admin, right? So an admin in military, they want you to do at least 42 words a minute. And I barely could hit it every single time. And I have tried over the years to get faster and faster at typing, and I don't get any faster. And so I tried dictation. And then Chris Fox has said that in his book, 5,000 words per hour, that those who type slow but can think fast do better with dictation. But if you're fast typer, then dictation may not work for you so well. He got up there. That's Thor.
Yeah, he's handsome. He's a handsome guy. Yeah, I mean, I've always been happy with the typing. I like the process of it. I could just tell when I tried dictation that it's a real skill. Like you think differently to bring a story from your head through your mouth versus your head through your fingers. And I just never invested the time to make that easy. But so many of my friends write by dictating.
Yeah. Yeah, I really like it. But I've been practicing it for years. I also have a bit of depth perception. And I know we talked about the tone deafness and depth perception now. Yeah, then there's why I have a super sensor for a smell. So typing like on the phone, I always type the wrong word. So I've dictated into my phone for years. And so when I was done teaching and then I went to writing, it was nothing for me when I said, oh, I need to start dictating. I didn't start off that way when I start writing because it didn't even dawn on me to do it. But that I gamified myself, I hacked myself, and I realized that if I wrote down what I did every day, then I could see my progress. It was like gamifying it against myself, to see what I could accomplish. So
absolutely. Yeah. I love the gamifying idea. Have you seen the website For the Words, the number 4?
Yes, I can't do it because I'm a slow typer.
Oh yeah, that's true. I didn't think about that. I was just saying, I did that for a couple manuscripts just for fun on the first draft, and it was like really cool to gamify writing. I didn't stay there for more than like a month, I think, but it was like that idea of it is like make this really fun in a different way is cool.
And I did all of those when I was trying to figure out how to get myself to type faster, and I just can't type faster.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like I would just accept where you are and work with that, and then just see if improvement comes. So
yeah, and the dictation works just fine. And I do the same thing if I'm out and I think of something, I dictate into an email to myself and then send it to myself. And so
it's just so easy, right? And it's a process that works for you, which is what matters.
Yeah. Adesha have said a few more things here. He says that makes a lot of sense. I'm not naturally an outliner, but I'm going to see if that helps in the future, having that big picture to then just dive into. Anyway,
I think it cuts out a lot of time, right? So like I'm naturally a pantser. We said this earlier, but the plotting just helped me stay. Like there's so many hours I wrote all the stuff I ended up not using later. If I had plotted, I wouldn't have written it and wasted the time. So yeah, of course.
I wanted to ask Katie how she writes so fast after I came across her YouTube videos.
Yay, here we are.
All right, now we're going to go into the fun and games portion. And Katie chose fantasy romance Would You Rather? So I put together some questions that I tried to base off of like your book. So kind of pull some things from the books for us. Okay. I think I've made 18 questions here. Yeah.
Awesome.
All right. Would you rather fall in love with a sea captain who never stays in one place or a landlocked mage who is terrified of the ocean?
Oh, that's a hard one because I don't like the sea. Oh, but I don't like staying in the same place. I'm going to go with the captain, the first one.
The captain. And anyone that is in the comments, you're welcome to choose and let us know your answers too. And they may come in a little bit after. The answers may come in after we've moved on to the next one because of the lag. So, okay. Would you rather have a massive fire-breathing dragon that you can ride into battle but can't hide, or a swarm of 100 butterfly-sized dragules that fit in your pocket but are extremely fragile?
Oh, the first one. For sure.
I would choose the first one too. All right. Would you rather be bound by magic to a ship that always finds danger, or free to leave but constantly pulled back to the sea?
Oh, free to leave.
Yeah.
Those are so fun. I'm like, wow, now I'm getting story ideas.
I can send these to you if you want to kind of just go through them. Would you rather survive a deadly storm with your enemy and come out changed, or avoid the storm entirely and never know what could have been?
Oh, I'm all about adventure. The first one for sure.
Yeah, I would go with the first one. All right. Would you rather be forced to fake date your mortal enemy to survive a political dinner party, or be forced to fight your best friend in a gladiator arena to save a kingdom?
Oh, I would totally take her out. We'll do the first one.
Oh, I think the first one too.
I love the first one. It sounds like a fun challenge.
Yeah. Would you rather have the magical ability to control the sea, so like summon storms, breathe underwater, or the ability to control smoke, like turn invisible, suffocate flames, move through shadows?
Ooh, I'm gonna go with number 2.
Smoke, yeah.
Interesting.
And you see the sea and smoke. It's from you.
Yeah, I know. I love it. You're doing so great. All of these. This is so impressive.
Additionally went with the enemy.
Yes.
LOL. Would you rather trust someone who has betrayed others to survive or someone honest who might not be strong enough when it matters?
Ooh, the
Hard
first
one.
one. Yeah, the first one, because you want to go with someone that has a survival instinct.
True. Control the seas and breathe underwater.
You don't float.
Okay, don't float.
That's hilarious.
Right. Would you rather fall in love with a rigid, rule-following soldier who would burn the world down to keep you safe, Henrik style,
Yeah.
or a chaotic, freedom-fighting rebel who would risk your safety to save the world?
Number 2. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have that
Well-
character. It's Brit's brother, Peter. You're going to meet him later. He's called Burning Beard the Pirate.
Isn't Malcolm a brother too? So
Mhm.
she's got more than one brother.
She's got 2. I go to
Oh.
number 2 because he's going to keep it interesting even if he kills me.
I'll take the second one. At least I can get good info from them and take care of myself if they'll be weak.
You are my kind of people, actually.
Jane says, survive the storm.
That's it, Jane. That's right.
Jane, yeah. Would you rather uncover a secret about your past life that ties you to the sea forever? Well, you say you didn't like the sea, so, or walk away from the truth and live a quieter life?
Oh, I'm going to take number 1. Yeah.
Yeah.
The quieter life. I don't know. I think I'd rather be tied to something. I just say I don't like big water because I grew
Yeah.
up in the mountains and I live in the mountains now. So that's why I don't like the sea. But I do like the sea. The sea's really cool. There's some
Okay,
cool-
gotcha. Would you rather be stuck on a ship for 3 months with only one bed shared with the enemy, or be stuck on a ship for 3 months with plenty of beds, but the food is only hardtack and stale water?
Oh, number 1 for sure. Get better food. I can deal with an enemy.
Past life. Plus, I can breathe under the water. Win.
Win. Win.
Control the sea, says Jane. Oh, yeah. I forget. Adeshla is a foodie, so he's not going to go with the tack and sail water.
Both of us are like, no, you got to opt for food.
I can sleep on the floor.
Anywhere. You can sleep anywhere.
That's true.
Not if you're eating hardtack. Plus, you got to
Yeah.
take care of your teeth, right?
Right, yeah. Just put it in the stale water.
There you go.
Would you rather have a magical bond with a creature that can feel your pain, so it hurts when you hurt, or a creature that can speak your thoughts out loud, so everyone knows what you're thinking?
Ooh, I'd go with number 1. Could get pretty dangerous if something is speaking my thoughts out loud.
Good.
Oh, that's a hard
But I
one.
would feel bad that they would hurt. The
Yeah.
creature would be hurting.
I don't know that I'm in that much pain though.
True. Yeah, you just have to ensure you're always happy.
Yeah. Yeah. For sure.
So,
Ooh, that's a good one. That's truly one that I'm like, oh, I don't know where to go on that one. What about number 1? Because I'm not in pain right now.
there you go. Ah, yes, I feel you. Heck, I've slept under a work desk before, so that I could work later. So yeah, hardtack. Gosh, there's nothing you're going to do to make that taste better. No,
It's
probably
like
not.
literally just hardened flour and water or whatever else they put in there.
All right. Where did I leave off? Would you rather be feared as someone dangerous on the open water or underestimated and constantly forced to prove yourself?
Ew. This is a good question. Because it's all about perception in some way, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if you're feared, ooh, it could go either way. I think I'm going to go with underestimated.
Okay.
Because
This is
it's
the first time
always
I would go the other way.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So you would go with feared, I'll go with underestimated.
Yeah,
There
we'll cover it. Tied to the sea. Feared,
yes.
Machiavelli style.
That's awesome. Oh, Catherine, there you are. It's hello, my friend. It's so good to see you. Peter is an awesome
Hello,
character.
Kathy.
Burning Beard is a fave.
Okay. Go on.
And Kat's like, I am part of this conversation.
Share a bed and eat well. Yes. Well, he found some of my crackers here on my printer, and he's trying to get to my crackers.
He's hungry. You're obviously starving him.
Oh, gosh. Even though I have like all kinds of treats over there that I give him. Every time I go to the bathroom, I give him treats. So
Yes, yeah, they're like children. It doesn't matter.
right. All right. Would you rather have a romance with zero touching, but incredibly intense, soul staring eye contact, or a romance with constant hand holding and hugging, but zero emotional vulnerability?
Oh, that's a good one because they're both like, oh.
Like no win.
I don't. Yeah, this is both bad. Like, which pick your bad. Oh, see, I'm gonna err away from being touched too much. I think because I still have young kids, I'm sensitive to the overtouched.
Yeah.
Like, there's no romance if I've been overtouched. So I'm gonna do as awkward as the really intense soul
Eye
staring,
contact. Yes.
constant. At least I won't be overtouched.
I agree with that one too. My cats love the printer, scanner, and shredder.
That doesn't seem dangerous at all.
No,
That's
no.
exactly, Jane. That's what I said. Can you imagine these thoughts just parroted out everywhere? It'd be crazy.
No winning here. Yeah.
Yeah, this last one, there's no winning on.
Nope. All right. Would you rather fall for someone who keeps choosing duty over you, or someone who would abandon everything to stay by your side? That's a really good one.
This one is tough because even choosing duty, at least in our world, they're probably fulfilling some sort of protector or provider role, right?
Yeah.
The other one is hard because like it feels codependent.
True.
Ooh, what was the second one again?
It is someone who would abandon everything to stay by your side. So if they are like in a protector role and they did abandon everything, that means they're by you to take care of you, but they're not fulfilling their role in society.
Also, sometimes I'm like, I got this, right? Like, I think I'm sensitive to this one because my husband is like so a protector, provider. So I think I'm gonna stay the first one. I'll go with that one.
Yeah, I like the first one too.
Yeah.
Feared.
Jane, no one can fear you.
Hello, CJ. How's it going? Happy Friday. The first one. Okay, we chose the first one too. So, all right. Would you rather save the one person you love most, but doom a magical species to extinction, or save the magical species but lose the person you love most?
Oh my gosh! What?
You want to skip it?
Talk about Machiavelli style. This is yours.
Right? There you go. There you go. It's for you.
Gosh, how do you even choose this one? Because like it's like, okay, my child dies, but I save all dragons. Or my child lives, but all dragons die. Ooh. I mean, I'm always gonna choose if it's my child, for sure. I'll choose my kid. Yeah. Sorry, dragons. If it were my kid. This is so great. I don't know. That one's a hard
what can
one.
this species do for me? There's your Machiavellian.
Machiavelli style. That's so true. Like, are we talking like garden gnomes? Because they can go. Like,
right. True.
Is this like an extraordinary slug? Like, what are we talking about here?
Trying to think. I feel like these last couple ones are not as good. It's probably why I put them at the end.
I bet we can make them great. I'm sure they're awesome. All of these have been totally awesome.
Would you rather sail into cursed waters for the chance at love, or stay safe and always wonder what you missed?
Oh, number one for sure.
Yeah. Plus the adventure. CJ says the first one because if they're magical, you can bring them back with magic.
Hey.
Why else's magic is this?
Right,
Smart.
exactly.
Guarded gnomes. If it's dragons, sorry, Hubs.
Right, Catherine, that's great. That's why you're good people and why you're here.
Oh, I mean, if I can still breathe underwater, like the first one.
Maybe it's mermaids, Adeshale. Like maybe it's mermaids, and you can go save them after something.
Yeah. Would you rather share a slow burning romance built through survival and trust, or a fast, intense love born in the middle of chaos?
Ooh. I do love a good slow burn. But I did really love that movie Speed.
Yes.
Gosh, this is a hard one too.
Write the first one.
You write the first one, I'll write the second.
Yes,
I think if we're talking about real life, I'm going to choose number one. If we're talking about fiction, we're going to choose number two.
I think that makes sense. Loki, there's nobody out there to feed you. Now it's Loki who's over there.
They're in cahoots.
Okay. Mermaid sounds good. Slow burning romance. The first one.
Mhm.
Wow, speed.
Sandra, like Sandra, right? At her best.
Yeah, it's Sandra Bullock.
Yeah, so
Uh,
good.
yeah, I love that show. I think I watched it. I mean, I had watched it beforehand, but I had it playing for my 16th birthday party.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
I love that movie back then.
So
So,
good.
hey Kaufman, how's it going? We'll be doing a sprint here soon. We just have a couple more would you rather's. We've got two more
Perfect ones.
actually.
Super good ones.
Yep. Hello to Kaufman. I would always choose my child or grandson. Everyone else is on their own. Save the dragons.
What I said, Jane. Like, I don't know, hubby. You might have to figure this one out yourself.
Yep. All right. Would you rather share? No, I only have one more because I just read that one. Last one. Would you
Hey.
rather choose love that feels like calm seas after a storm or love that is the storm itself?
Oof. Rough.
This is kind of like the
Because
last one, but
love that is the storm itself at least stays interesting, but is also probably not super healthy.
right,
But
right.
calm one is
Mentally.
probably healthy, but not as interesting. Hmm.
All right.
I think I'm gonna go with the calm one. I'm gonna go with that one.
I think this goes back to what you said before. Is it real life? Okay, we'll go with calm
Yeah,
one.
like
Is it fiction? Yeah.
also, I also think like relationships that are so tempestuous, if you're living it, no. But if I'm reading it, yes.
Yes. Right.
Yes.
Love
Yeah.
that
Love
full
doesn't
feels
mean
like
like for back in real life, the calm seas for sure.
yeah. Hey Mars, how's it going? Pop in and say hi. Might join the sprints. I'll have to watch the first part on replay. I was in an interview. Well, I hope the interview went well. So we are actually done now with the fun and games portion, which means we're going to move into the sprints.
Very
And
impressive. Those would you rathers
yeah.
were amazing. Good
Yeah.
job.
Oh, thank you. All right. So for this one, Katie did leave it up to me, and I thought it would be fun to have a random Loki. Stop yelling.
I heard that one. That's like such a plaintive, sad cry from the distance.
Yes, he's like, I'm hungry. It is 13 minutes until dinner time. So
He knows. He knows.
yeah. All right. So I thought it'd be choose to do the random one, and we did a random one last night. I meant to do this, and I totally forgot to set it up, but I put a bunch of random ones into a
Nice.
spinner, and I thought we'd let it choose for us.
Yeah, let's do it. In a world where
I'm not showing it. It didn't show it. Oh, that's so weird. Okay, hold on. I'll have
this is showing in a world where. Oh,
results. Okay.
there we go.
In a world where urban legends come to life, a paranormal investigator and a ghost hunter team up to uncover the truth of being behind a haunted mansion. Do we want to choose another one?
Very nice. Oh, I'm
You
cool.
like that one? You're good with that? Okay. I will drop it in the chat, and then Katie, on our end, I will put it in. There's a private chat to the right. I'll put it in our private chat so we have access to it.
Okay.
So writing prompt.
So is everyone working on this prompt? Or are you working on like our own stuff? Like, is there a flow for this?
So I leave the chat. It's sorry, my cat's yelling. Yeah, up to the chat, whatever they want to work on, because I think we have mostly writers here right now, but sometimes we have like students and readers. So I say, whatever they want to work on. If you guys want to do the prompt with us, feel free to do the prompt with us. I know I'll be working on the prompt during this after I get my cat some food. And then I'll work on the prompt. Yeah.
That's awesome. Cool. I think Catherine, I think I can't remember if you were gonna write. Catherine and Jane are both readers of mine, but Catherine, I believe, writes. So I'm curious if she's gonna write. You'll have to let me know, Catherine.
Yeah. Well, our writing sprint will be. Let's see. This is the studio chat. Okay, I'm trying to make sure I remember everything, because as soon as we go on our sprint, I'm going to take care of the kitties. Be like, wait. Then you'll be like, what was that again? Yeah. So it's a 30-minute writing sprint. Share this tab. So whatever you guys want to work on, whether you're reading, writing, housework, coursework, day job, or just taking care of you. Of course, it might be a nighttime job for some people, depending on where you're at in the world. So at the stage, and yeah, we'll get started. Gotta find the right tab. Too many tabs. 30 minutes on the clock in 3, 2, 1. Good luck, everyone.
Bye-bye.
All right, that was time. Katie might be back in just a moment, so let me know how you guys did. And I think I saw some comments for what you guys might have been working on. Let's see if I can go back here. Oh, there's Katie. How did you do? Oh, you're outside.
Yeah, I moved outside because my kids are about to get home, so I was trying to stem my dog's barking. I did great. I actually worked on my current manuscript because it's past due, and it was so fun. After all the fun we had, it was great to work and write a little bit.
Yeah. I did work on I think I didn't like the prompt. I think I knew that when I first read it. I was like, I don't really like this one.
You're like, I don't like this. Let's do a different one.
Yeah, I did end up doing it, and I think I could make it into something. So I did make it. I always like to put things in my world. So it's 2 different fae, but I haven't figured out which fae they are because I have 8 elemental fae. But one's a mediator, one's an investigator, and they don't know each other, but they're there. But they learn when they get in the house that the further they walk away from each other, the more there's cracks in the floor. But they come back, the cracks come back to start healing.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
About as far as I got. I don't know what truth they're going to uncover. I haven't figured that part out yet.
Do you always write these prompts and then like use them in your world? Because that's so cool.
I don't. I've written lots of these prompts for like I used to do writing prompts shorts here on YouTube.
Oh, cool. Okay, yeah.
So I have a lot of prompts I wrote from that. But other than that, I wrote prompts for Charm Chats last 2 years ago, which I wrote some stories from that. But yeah, I've never actually got because I already have like 1,000 other stories in my head. So
that's why I was like, wow, that's going to be really impressive. But it's also kind of a cool way to build out your world. Like if you're just doing these little writing prompts every time you sprint, then you would have like so much fodder, you know?
Yes. Yeah. And I was going, but there's a couple of gals here on AuthorTube, Natalie Locke and I never say her name right. They're just good friends, but they've got a couple books out that's prompts. They do flash fiction. And they were picked up by a publishing house and their books have been published, these writing prompts. So they were doing it like once a month, have people come on their channel to do some of these prompts from the books that were published.
Yeah.
And so I did a few of those with them last year and I got some really cool short stories out of it. So,
awesome. That's so cool.
But let's see. We had quite a bit in the chat here, but I don't know where we left off. I didn't mark it. So and then we did see Mars come in and Kaufman says, love the storm itself. Oh, good research for my characters. And then the writing prompts. So that's where I left off. Duh. Stormy love could be just passionate love. That's what I was thinking for that one.
That's such a Jane thing to say. I love it. Poor Loki.
The cats are now happy. They've eaten. They're really happy now.
So. They're like, finally, Mom, you took so long.
And Catherine's like, I heard my name. Others talking in the room. And Adeshley says, I think she was saying that you were one of her readers, but also you write maybe? And she was like, thanks.
Oh, thanks, Adeshley.
Yeah. Gwen said, working on my cross stitch tonight.
Fun.
And
Gwen, if you're still here, I'd love to know what your cross stitch, like what the picture is. My mom does so much cross stitch. She does these huge, like big ones, or like it takes her like 9 months. They're huge.
I said, wouldn't that take a long time? It was big.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Catherine says, okay, I have my book open, but have a question for the writers. If you are world building, do you create canon lore in advance or capture as you go?
Ooh, that's a fun one.
Did you want to answer it, Katie, or I can answer it?
I do both. So like if I have a brand new world, like when I was starting my Romantasy, I created a little bit in advance, like the big stuff, and then I captured it more as I went, as long as it fit in the big.
Oh, I'm like dropping everything. Sorry.
You're fine. As long as it fit in the big schematic, I would do the smaller stuff as I go.
And
how about you?
I was trying to grab this thing. Hold on, let me put this thing down. Yes.
I hate it when like stuff is falling and you're like, I'm just living my life. What's going on?
It was like lunch from earlier and I didn't ever get rid of it.
I do it all the time.
When I first started, so I had this book. When I first started, I started with writing just like stuff down in here, and I'd put tabs so I'd know it. But I just start writing stuff about my world in there and different things that I thought I might do. But I really didn't know a lot. And then I've just added over it to the year, like my merfolk. I have a whole page of that and stuff. So I write stuff down in that. But then I leave like the big, like some of, like I knew I was going to have 8 different fae and that they would have their own cultures. But I didn't know what that looked like until I started writing like the short stories last year. And by writing the short stories, I made the canon and lore for my world.
So smart.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
I think that worked out really well.
Do that, Catherine. Do what she did.
Yep. All right. Hey, if there's time, I still have a question for Katie. If not, Skip. I'm sure
Go
Katie
for it.
would love it.
Yeah, my kids aren't here yet, so let's do it.
Any advice on easy into plotting? 15K words for a high-level plot seems both reasonable, but also like, wow, how do I even get there as a person who doesn't regularly plot?
Oh, such a great question. I would ease into it by looking and understanding the 3-act structure and just getting used to plugging into the 3-act structure. I would recommend K.M. Weiland for this. I think it's like
Yes.
just writing structures, maybe. I don't know. But her approach to the 3-act structure was, it just tickled my brain in the right way. I was like, oh, it all makes sense now. And then I would start to just have like one-liners for my plot. So you have your first act, a second act, third act. Like, here's my pinch point. Here's my midpoint. Here's my climax. Like, I would just one-line my expectation for it. And that helped me learn how to scale back and see the big picture and to know when to turn things and to introduce change and all that stuff. Like, she just helped me understand it. So plotting got so much easier after that, because I wasn't like, what is supposed to happen next? It just gave my brain a blueprint so I could start to fill it out more easily. You don't have to do the 3-act structure, but it's like what most people, at least in North America, expect. There's so many others. Anyway, I think something like understanding the 3-act structure and just getting used to high level plugging ideas in is a great starting point. And then you like find your flow with it. Like for me, some of my plots are 5,000 words, some of them are 10 to 15. It just depends on how long the book is. And that grew. It used to be 2,000, then they got bigger as I understood what I needed more, because I would write the plot. And then as I went into drafting the book, I'd be like, oh, I wish I would have done this in my plot. So the next time I would introduce that new thing into the plot. So it just got easier and more simple.
K.M. Weiland also has a YouTube channel where she talks about a lot of this stuff.
She has like a bajillion podcasts that are like 15 minutes too. And so they're so easy to digest and listen to. I mean, I've been listening to her for years and years and years. So I cannot speak highly enough to her name. She's amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. I have several of her books. So
there's good. Now my dog is barking again. Between my dogs and your cats, we're getting a lot of excitement here.
Lots of animals.
Yeah. So many animals.
Mara says, I ended up starting a load of laundry, took the pup out, wiped down the counters and appliances, did a small bit of drawing, watercolor painting. Ooh. No, I'm not good. But it relaxes me.
Good for you. Are you coming to my house next is my question.
She's always productive. And there are times she'll do all this and get some words in at the same time. I'm like, how do you do that?
I love it. Woman after my own heart.
Yeah. For me, it's mostly capture as I go.
Yeah.
For the lore. The one I finished today took 2 years because I set it down and didn't work on it. LOL. This is the cross stitching.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Thanks.
So right now I'm doing a simple one for Mother's Day for my mom. It's Mr. Rogers' Trolley. Oh, I like that.
Rogers. Oh, that's a good one. I love that.
And avoiding my edits.
I love that so much. I love it.
Oh, edits. And then Deshae says, thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. Well, that brings us to the end here. I think, hold on, let me get back to my script because I want to make sure I got the right thing. So before we do end, though, please tell everyone where they can find you and purchase your books.
Yeah. So if you head to katiecrossbooks.com, that's the easiest way to find everything. You can get my first book. That's like my flagship, the most popular one. It's called Miss Mabel's School for Girls. It's a YA fantasy. You can get it in ebook and audiobook for free. And they're also my books. Most of my novels are available on all retailers too.
And then I do have the links down below, and I don't really get on TikTok at all. But if you go on TikTok, Katie is there, and she does narrates her own audiobooks live on TikTok.
It's super fun. I'll be on tonight at 8:00 Mountain Time to finish up a book that is past due. So it'll be fun if you want to come.
There you go. Catherine says, I worked a bit on my manuscript. We're in the midst of dinner prep.
Nice. Good job, Catherine.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining me today on Charm Chats and Happily Ever After Sprints. Yeah, it was great to have you. And thank you for everyone who joined us today. And next on Charm Chats and Happily Ever After Sprints, I have a guest author, Jenna Ashwood. This is actually my girlfriend from college, and she's been writing for many years. And has been writing Romantasy before it was called Romantasy. So she joins us tomorrow, February 7th at 11 a.m., 12 p.m. Eastern, and that will do it. So,
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. It was so good to meet everyone in the comments too.
all right. Bye, everyone.
I want to tell you something. Don't be scared. It's midnight, baby, just us two, no bright lights, nothing to prove. Your handshake, mine do too, but it feels right being close to you. Come closer, don't look away. We both know why you came to stay. Your heart beats loud, I hear it too. This moment's a little taboo. Don't rush it, move slow, feel the heat start to grow. If you want me, let